was French singer-songwriter Alexis Evans, described as soul music's prodigal son. He's built a name for himself in the French music scene, and he's just released his third album. It's called Yours Truly, 12 catchy tracks that draw inspiration from 60s and 70s classic soul music mixed with more contemporary sounds. And he joins me in the studio to tell me more about it. Welcome to France 24, Alexis.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, and congratulations on your third album. So your first album, Girl Bait, came out in 2016, followed by the highly acclaimed I've Come a Long Way, that was in 2019. And now you've got Yours Truly. You come from Bordeaux, which is a city here in France, which is very famous for its wine. Would you say that, like a fine wine, you've gotten better with age?
I would say so, actually, because the two first albums, which I really liked recording and playing live, of course, but this last one was a bit more personal, really more personal, and with more subjects that I really wanted to explore. So I think, yeah, it's a bit more mature, and it's also an album where with this album I could work with the producer with whom I wanted to work for a long time. So it was the moment I could do it, and I grabbed it.
Previous albums led to this moment where you got to make your dreams come true. So what's interesting is you've credited a lot of various influences in your style, which is great. You've got Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, David Bowie, so a wide range. And you've also mentioned that your father, who's an amateur musician, an Englishman, has also influenced you. Is this how you kind of honed your style and discovered your love for guitar?
Yeah, we played a little bit when I was young. He did the piano, I played the guitar. And with some friends we did some old Elvis Presley song. So it was pretty fun. And when I really started falling in love with music and live music was in Bordeaux when I discovered blues jams, playing live and seeing what it was like to play with other musicians. And that was like, all of a sudden I felt like, okay, that's what I want. That's what I like. That's what makes me tremble. You know? Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's what started the whole thing.
That love of playing live music. Well, what's great is you've managed to capture that energy of live music on this album, and we're going to listen to another track. It's called Mr. Right on Time. Take a listen. So that was Mr. Right on Time by Alexis Evans. A nice postcard of Paris there. And you mentioned this is kind of like a lover's song. Love is actually a key theme on many of the tracks of your album. Would you say you're a helpless romantic?
I could say so. I could say that I'm a helpless romantic. Then again, love is an eternal subject. I think that's the main subject in every love song, or most of love songs, and so I think it's really inspiring. Love is the most inspiring subject. So of course there are many songs talking about that, but not always in a good way. Not always falling in love. Sometimes it's a heartbreak. Sometimes it's finding out that the one you love is not made for you, or could. There's a song, Yours Truly, on the album that talks about that. It's a guy finding out that his girlfriend, or his wife or whatever, likes someone else. So he says, if you want to go elsewhere, just go. But if you want to stay here, it's okay too, of course. So is it him, or is it yours truly?
Yours truly.
So
exactly. Because all the complexity of love on these albums. Some of the tracks also talk about abandonment, feeling left behind. And what's interesting is your album cover kind of addresses a lot of the themes of that are on the tracks of your album. This is a cover artwork by Adria F. Marquez.
Yeah.
What's going on in this image here?
Well, first, this album, I wrote most of the songs during lockdown. Like many musicians, for some it was not really an inspiring period. For me, it was quite good. Not good, but interesting. I could go fully into like poetry and other kinds of art, and which was really the only moment I could do that in my life. So I took advantage of that, and I wrote many songs and listened to many different styles of music, and just I wanted to explore everything. So this album kind of reflects that. This album has a kind of reggae, rocksteady sound sometimes, soul, blues, of course, jazz, because most of the musicians in the band are jazz musicians, and we've played together for a long time, so we know each other really well, and we managed to see what the others want. But what I'm trying to say is that I think I wanted to do like a postcard of every places I went in my mind during that period.
So the album is kind of like a postcard of all those random emotions that you can feel during that time of isolation, a time that inspired you as well, and that helped you kind of create this unique sound that's both retro and modern, very modern on your album.
Yeah.
We're going to come back for another question, but first we're going to look at some other music releases that are coming out. You've got the French pop singer Flavien Berger. He's released a new album. It's called Dans 100 ans, in 100 years. It's a poetic album that after his 2015 album Leviathan and 2018's Contretemps bookends a trilogy of releases on the notion of time, past, present, and future. This third LP takes listeners into the future with a mix of electronic, Baroque music, and sounds recorded on the street. Check out this track, it's called Feu Follet.
C'est le dernier verre, ça passe en un éclair. Les larmes désaltèrent, les flammes de la terre. Le cœur aussi me serre, et si c'est à refaire, oh oui je réitère, la fête au cimetière, sur la place en plein hiver, les oiseaux font des ombres qui dansent.
So that was Flavien Berger there exploring time on his new album Dans 100 ans, in 100 years. 100 years is a long time. Let's come a little bit closer to us. What does your next year look like for you? You've got some fun shows coming up, no?
Yeah, we have nice shows. At the end of the month, we're playing in Spain. So we'll do Madrid, Valencia, and some other places a little bit north. And other shows in the summer will be mostly in France. Mm-hmm. Mostly in France, doing all kinds of festivals. So yeah, many good things happening. Good shows coming. We're playing in Bordeaux on July 13th.
Okay.
So
right before the national holiday. Perfect.
Yeah. So that you can sleep after the show and
exactly.
just have a good party.
It's good to be able to be back playing after the very huge lack of concerts during the lockdown. So and definitely check out Alexis live because his shows are pretty wild. We're going to talk to you about one last music release, and this is by the American alternative rock legends, the Smashing Pumpkins. They're releasing their 12th studio album. It's called Atom. It's a rock opera in 3 acts featuring 33 tracks. The opus was written and produced by leadman Billy Corgan over the past 4 years, and 22 tracks have been released to date, so these are the last 11 tracks coming out. Check out the latest track on their epic endeavor. It's called Beguiled.
Crack your boots, young pagan. 'Cause like you, I was hatched to taste on. And 17's a long drawn.
Alexi, we're very lucky because you're going to play us a tune today. It's the track Yours Truly, which is also the title of your album. You should definitely check out Yours Truly. It's wonderful to listen to, and definitely check out Alexi live. You can find all his tour dates online. Before you play, I want to thank you for being with us today. Thank you for coming to France 24.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Look forward to following your upcoming releases as well. For more arts and culture news, head to our website and stay in touch on social media. And stay tuned to France 24. More news is coming up right after this, but first, yours truly.
So a laughter in your eyes when you saw him in the crowd. Now I must confess I've known your happiness is all I see. So is it him or is it yours truly? I glanced at you walking again, and wobbling in the rain alone, and all kid under the hay, waiting for her time to come. Now I must confess it's a sad shame. Your happiness is all I see. So